My name is Aiden. I use any and all pronouns, and my major is economics. My column is Sex on Tuesday. In one word, I think my column is about intimacy. So Sex on Tuesday is the opinion columnists' take on the concept of sex. But the way that manifests is often in the context of relationships or of the kinds of sexual experiences you have in college or you have before college that contribute to what sex is like both at Cal and kind of in life generally. I think it's a topic that people tend to handle with a lot of immaturity if they discuss it at all. Or if they're not immature about it, then they have a lot of stigma built up around the concept of sex and how people should be treated in sexual relationships. And I think it's really important to have a dialogue about sex that involves people addressing things that matter to them, that includes issues of equity, includes issues of personal freedom, but also examines the nuance of sex, how there's a huge emotional dimension to it, there's a huge psychological dimension to it, and so I think sex is a really complicated issue that doesn't get treated with enough nuance. All the other columnists are awesome too. You should read their stuff.
My name is Catherine Schock. I used to see the She series. I'm a first year Intent in Society and Environment major. So it's titled What on Earth? Like a cute little what on earth? Like what's happening on Earth in environmental politics and that kind of thing, yeah. If I had to summarize my column in one word, I would say hopeful, because it paints a hopeful view of what will happen in the environment in the future. I would summarize my column by calling it an easily digestible, nonpartisan, cute way to learn fun facts about the environment and what you can do to help the environment, live a green lifestyle, and while also staying up to date on what's happening in American and international environmental politics. My favorite place to be is outside, so I want to protect the environment for future generations, and this is one way to do it.
My name is Vioma Raman, and I use she, her, hers pronouns. I'm currently a first year, which means I don't really know what I want to major in yet. I'm thinking maybe computer science or data science, although I want to dabble in the humanities a bit too. My column is called Along for the Ride. My column is on going to college with a mobility and self-care disability. And basically what you can expect from me each week is to see one event that is somehow related to college, such as, for instance, a career fair. I will kind of pull it out and examine how my disability affects my interaction with that event. And furthermore, you can probably expect to see a lot of my past experiences in there as well. I think this topic is really important to me because I feel like I've always been surrounded by various sources of media. I grew up listening to NPR every single day, coming back from daycare, and I just love the news. And one thing that I've found is that there's very low representation of people with obvious disabilities in the media, and that's one thing that I wanted to try to fix. So yeah, and also I believe that it is important for me to tell a story if I have one, because I think ultimately empathy is the most important thing in the world to prevent all kinds of issues such as war, poverty, pretty much everything. And so I kind of see the column as that, an exercise in empathy.
Hi, my name is Divya Nikanti. I go by the She, Her series. I'm studying electrical engineering and computer science, and I'm minoring in global poverty and practice, and this is my last year at Cal. The title of my column is Get Reset, and it comes out every Friday. If I had to summarize my column in one word, it would probably be daring. My column's about tech design and entrepreneurship, and people can expect to see some interesting critiques about less openly discussed topics like ethics and identity. I was drawn to this topic because growing up in Silicon Valley, I study engineering, and so I've always been a big believer that tech can do a lot of good very quickly in the world, but at the same time I've kind of developed a lot of opinions and criticisms about the darker sides, like homogenization of attitudes, and I just wanted to speak up about it. Though I write a lot about tech, I really hope to reach a much broader audience because I am one person whose opinions have been very colored by how I've been brought up, the classes I've taken, the experiences I've had. So I would love to hear any feedback and just have more people spark the discussion on these topics.
My name is Sawa Megji and my pronouns are she, her, hers. I am a 4th year and I'm studying English with minors in theater and creative writing. My column is Bear in Mind and it's published on Thursdays. My column is about mental health and destigmatizing mental illness and my own personal experiences with living with a chronic mental illness. I have a lot of personal experience with having mental illnesses for a really long time, and I am a writer. I write a lot about mental health in a fiction setting and have done lots of policy work on campus and was in the ACC for 3 years. So it made sense to write a column about all the things I've learned.